All right, last but not least, this is the video for the less technical, the no-code orange analysis tool. So if you open your Anaconda Navigator, we typically use Jupyter Lab or Notebook, but you'll actually see this little orange guy over here. Orange is an analysis tool. It is not the most high-tech tool. It doesn't work 100% of the time, so I'm just going to put that out there. But it is a really good low code option where you can go in, do your analysis, and do it with, it's honestly pretty easy to use. So this is really great for my more business intelligence track students where you want to learn how to do these things, you want to understand the concepts, but you're just not a coding person maybe, or your job doesn't let you use Python, but they might let you use another tool. So I just wanted to show you something else that's out there. So in this, on Brightspace, you'll see this whole walkthrough, and I give you step-by-step instructions on how to do sentiment analysis. But this is what it looks like. Essentially, we have our different tabs over here. And I will tell you, it kind of looks funky when you have it in full screen. Like it says it's Python, it doesn't say it's orange, kind of weird. I'm gonna actually do a new file. So it says untitled. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I press Control S, you can do file save. I'm just gonna call this demo 2. I highly recommend you save this often. And that is because sometimes Orange will crash and you will lose everything. So try to avoid that by saving. The first thing the instructions will tell you to do are to install a widget, an add-on. So add-on, we have all these packages, and we're just going to make sure we have the text one here so that we can actually use our text features. I already have it downloaded so you can see it over here. And how we start off in Orange, we're just dragging and dropping. So I'm going to drag CSV file import, double click. Oh, it showed up in another window over here. If you have multiple screens like me, just pay attention to where it's going because you might not see it. And it's going to let me either upload a file or use a recent one. So import any file. Let's go to Documents, Python. I don't think my Bonji's data set is working. I tried really hard. I'll use my BBC News one. This one goes through encoding. Almost always it's going to be UTF-8, a comma delimited, nothing crazy here. I do know if you have like an international data set, it might have different like commas and periods and stuff. So it might have it switched. So just know which one you need. Click OK. And all of Orange does things automatically. So once it's like done loading, you can just exit out of that and it's done. So we have our file. We are going to take that file. And I already forgot, let's see. And I have a video on how to do this too. Oh, corpus, okay. So follow the instructions I have. That's where I've worked through all of these already. But from a file, we're going to turn it into a corpus. Connect those. And again, every time we do something, we're going to double click on it. And I might just exit out of all of my monitors in a second. For this one, we're describing which text features we're going to use. So description is the main one. I'm actually going to I'm going to leave title over here. I'm just going to focus on description. I can do pre-processing. So pre-process text, corpus to pre-process. And I can do any of this I want. So this one's lowercase. Let's see, I'm going to remove accents. I'm just clicking on things. I don't think I have lexicon. Let's see. Ooh, I want to remove numbers. Those are kind of annoying to deal with. Ooh, and we can also do document frequency. So let's see, I want to do absolute And I want it to have at least 10. And you can see our tokens and everything updating live over here, which is pretty neat. Let's see. Transformation token. Oh, normalization. That's where we get into stemming and lemmatization. So we can choose something like that. I'm going to do WordNet. That's my favorite. You can see it update. Now, if you don't want it to update automatically, you can click this checkbox, but I like that it does it automatically because then I can just exit. And again, keep saving. And let's see. I have learned that Corpus Viewer, if you drag it, it will crash orange, so don't use that. Let's see, we can do, the big one that you're using this week is sentiment analysis, so I'll go ahead and drag that. It's gonna load. And when it comes up on your screen, you can actually select what kind of sentiment analysis you want. I have found that I don't think the custom dictionary works, unfortunately. So use one of the pre-built ones. And once you have your analysis, you can take your corpus and create a data file or a data table. So corpus to data. And if you double click, it's actually going to show you preview. And it's got all my scores there. So positive, negative, neutral, and then the compound score, which is your overall sentiment for Vader. Other types will just show you an overall sentiment. Vader gives you those 3 different scores and then a compound. And then to save, we're just going to go from data table to save data. And then when we click on this, it just helps us save it. Now, what's neat about this is that I can also do multiple things. So maybe I do 2 types of sentiment analysis. And I'm going to do this one, which I think is HL. It's just in the opposite order. So Lu Hu. And I can actually rename this as well. And then connect it. So it's connecting it twice. And then I can still do a data table. And I can actually merge my data too. So if I go to transform, I can merge data. You can go through all the options there. You can actually add a Python script too if you want to. Just make sure when you're dragging this, you're going off of your pre-processed text, or else it's going to try to pre-process it again. Let's see. One we're going to use soon is topic modeling. So I'll give you a preview of that. Pre-process to nope. It wasn't letting me click. But topic modeling lets us see what kind of topics come up in documents. And there's a few different types, which we will go over next week, just in brief, or I guess in 2 weeks in brief detail. So if I do this one, let's say I want to take all my BBC News headlines and make 7 different topics. So it's going to show me kind of what's going on in the news. So it's like this one's about soccer, football, the World Cup. This one's about, again, more sports, Ukraine and Russia. So it gives these words and it helps us understand what words are most often used together, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so that's Orange. Again, it's drag and drop. It's pretty easy. If it does exit out, like it freezes on you or whatever, just make sure you're saving your file and you can open it up pretty quickly. But yeah, hopefully that's pretty fun for you all, especially if you're not quite into Python. And this is, again, one, it's free. It came with the Anaconda download. So hopefully it's pretty nice and easy and helps you do your homework pretty easily. So with that, have a fantastic week and I'll see you next time. Bye.